All right, Jordis. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So let's see. It says you're from Forest Lake, Minnesota.
It's true.
Why should I visit Forest Lake, Minnesota?
Because that's where my dad lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my
He's
dad
a cool
is
guy
awesome.
to go visit. You'd have me over for dinner.
Yes. And Minnesota's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, is Forest Lake famous for anything? Do you have like a biggest sausage in the world, or?
That's where Jordis is from.
So when you drive in, it says "Welcome to Forest Lake, hometown, birthplace."
I'm pretty sure my dad put up billboards and everything.
Birthplace of Jordis.
Absolutely. I was actually born in Massachusetts, but
okay. But your heritage is from a much more exotic place, right? You're from
Tonga,
the island of Tonga, which I had never heard of until the band The Jets came from the Tonga, right?
Yep, and they lived in Minnesota as well.
Is that right? So were you friends with them?
We're distantly related, actually.
No way. You could have been a Jet, because there were like 50 people in that band, right?
Yeah, and they're all the same family.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I could have been a Jet kid.
How are you related?
I mean, I don't know. It's funny because being Tongan, like now, there's so many people emailing me and Facebooking or whatever. I'm everybody's cousin. If you're Tongan, we're related.
Right.
And I think it's sort of that way with the Jets too.
Uh-huh.
But we are actually somewhere along the family line related. It's the Wolfgram family, to the Wolfgrams. Cool.
And the King of Tonga just died a few days ago,
away,
right?
Yeah.
So did you recognize that somehow in your house?
Absolutely. I mean, my dad and my brother are coming for the live shows, and they're wearing traditional Tongan. It's called a tawabala, just in respect for the king, who we're also more closely related to the king than we are to the Jets.
You're kidding.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, so this isn't your first your first time around. You've done this reality show thing a couple of times before. And some people might not recognize you, right? The last show you did, you had all the crazy dreads going. What happened? Where are they?
I made a decision to cut off the dreads. It was kind of a low point, actually, in music for me. And I think I was working at a bar at the time, and people would recognize me all the time, just because of the dreadlocks, you know.
Right.
And I think I was just done being Jordis from Rockstar.
Right.
So called my brother, who's also my guitar player, and I said, book a show somewhere, anywhere. We're saying goodbye to the dreadlocks. He's like, what? I was like, yep, we played a show. I went back to Minnesota, cut him off. I was just done with it. And then 2 weeks later, I was signed to Tony. So go figure that.
You should have cut him off on stage.
I should have.
In front of everybody.
It was a mess. I had like a bottle of Jack and a pair of scissors, and I'm like, ah! It was terrible.
So what was the Rockstar experience like for you? Did it prepare you for this?
In a way, but this is so much bigger. Like the scale is just ridiculous.
Mark Burnett has come a long way.
Yeah. So glad I get to do this again. I mean, you can't really prepare for something like this. I think I've experienced, and that's good because it gets me out of my head a little bit. And I've been sharing, all my experiences with everybody here. But, you just got to go out there and do your thing at the end of the day. So, looking forward to that.
And you did Star Search?
Ages ago.
So, were there any shows you tried out for you didn't get on?
No.
You just ace all of your auditions.
Yeah. I'm really good at auditions, apparently. Okay. I decide what I'm going to do, and then I just figure I'm going to be there for a while.
Right. So tell us more about you away from the voice and away from music. What's your background like? What were you like in high school?
I was an art kid. I was like that weird, I think I had fluorescent yellow hair at one point.
Let's see that.
I was walking around with like clay all over me. I smelled like the photo room. I didn't date much.
Well, not if you smelled like photo solution.
No, it was terrible. I don't know. I was just an artsy kid in regular high school, and then when I was a junior, I went to an arts-based high school, basically like Fame, and I put away the visual art stuff and just studied music there.
Has it been an easy ride for you, or were there a lot of difficult times?
Not at all. I mean, I've got probably the equivalent of 2 records on shelves at record companies. probably more, not really low than high. Like, all of my high points people have seen, you know? But I spent a lot of time tied up in weird contracts, and some good, some bad. But this came at a point where I got the call about the audition the same day I got an email from my attorney saying, you're free and clear of everything. You can go do whatever you want.
Right.
Call me before you sign anything.
And then you got a contract in the mail that said, we'd like to make sure that you're accountable to us for the next couple of years.
Firstborn, take it.
Right.
I'm doing this. So, I mean, these TV things, it's really a matter of, do you want to do this or not when you're looking at those things. But, yeah, I mean, the timing, the voice for this is just, it couldn't have come at a better time for me. I didn't know what I was going to do before this came out.
You mean to pay the bills? To get by?
All of it.
What were you doing?
Well, I just lost a record deal that we were basically on salary. Sort of. I had them give us our advance in 12 increments monthly, so we could live on that for the entire span of
So you wouldn't blow it all on
exactly
stupid stuff.
More so the rest of the band, because they'd never had a big chunk of money like that. I was like, I'm not going to be buying you gas, you know, come month 11 of this contract. So, I mean, I was really lucky to have great friends basically give me their guest house so I could breathe easy for a little bit and figure out what my next step was. But after that deal fell through, there's a month or two of like, you know, now what? Getting a little bit older, doing this for a long time, and then this came. So I'm stoked.
I mean, did you have other jobs to support yourself, or
I worked in bars.
Bars.
I mean, music is really the only thing I've ever done. So it's the only trade I know. I don't know how to do anything else. Like, when I think of if I had to have a career, I don't think I could get hired anywhere. I don't know.
Well, something tells me you're going to land on your feet.
I think so too. In fabulous shoes, no less.
There you go. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Good luck.